Are you sure you're ready to rumble?
Mm-hmm.
You want to start with fingers in your mouth?
Yes.
Oh, okay, sorry. Go ahead and put the fingers in your mouth. Hey, everybody! Welcome. Happy October, Shocktober, Halloween season. As always, I forgot to bring the DVD case with me, but we are going through the Universal Classic monster movies. The movie we're showing is Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein. I got my shirt on. You can see it going live action behind me there. Ice?
We got... I don't go by any name.
Oh.
No name right now.
The youngin'. The
Just
youngest
call
is
me
wearing...
he or him.
Him is wearing... who's on first?
No, we got who on first, what on second, and I don't know on third.
Okay. Sounds good. And we are here in the lovely downtown Scottsbluff, Nebraska, inside the lovely historic Midwest Theater.
Not really historic anymore now that we put neon in the walls.
No, it's still historic.
Well, it's less historic.
No, it's still historic. It's just revived. The neon had been out for a very long time. This is how it used to look.
They had multicolored neon in that thing?
I believe so.
And neon all on there?
They had the blue lights and the red lights. I don't know if you can see it.
They can see it.
This is how it was when I was your age watching movies here.
And the multicolor up there?
Yeah, well, that I don't remember, but all the rest of it, I remember looking exactly like that.
Okay then.
And they're showing the third for their Midwest Classic movies this month. They're showing the third Saturday every month, Midwest Classic movies. KBVC sponsoring my favorite Universal Classic movie of all time, probably my favorite horror comedy of all time. You saw it already, Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein. And this is our review for it. He decided to help us out here.
He forced me into it.
As always. But I think at a young age, I started making you watch the Universal Classic movies, right? And you did not like them. But there was one that you did like. And it's the one that's directly behind us right now. Yeah. Abbott and Costello, and we were so excited to be seeing it I was so excited to be seeing it on the big screen.
The aspect ratio is less. That's the first thing I have to say.
The aspect ratio is less? Well, it's the size of the screen. That's what they went for back 75 years ago. This is the 75th anniversary of Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein. They just had a square screen. They didn't go widescreen until square TVs were invented.
It didn't go widescreen until square TVs were invented?
Yep, and then they went widescreen to be like, hey, look, our screen is wide. Look, it's so much bigger than regular TV. So,
what did they do when widescreen came out then?
Widescreen TVs, they couldn't do anything. I don't know.
Then they did IMAX.
IMAX. Surround sound. It's hard. It's hard for movie theaters to compete nowadays. With the advance of home technology, home movies, and all that jazz. Of course, have this on Blu-ray and on DVD.
And on VHS.
I don't have it on VHS.
You have it on VHS. I've seen it.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm not going to argue with you.
Or else we'd be here for about 4 hours.
Yeah. Okay, so let's get into the movie. Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein. You saw the fun animated sequence with the skeletons going and running away and making the names.
Should we just jump to the part of the movie that's playing behind us?
Nah, we'll wait. Because we're not gonna. We could have just done audio commentary that way. Just watch along.
Why didn't we do that?
I don't know. I didn't want to take that road, I guess.
You didn't want to make that long of a video?
Yeah. Hopefully, if this video goes longer than this movie, then... Oof.
No.
No touchy?
No touchy.
Don't pull our light source out. People want to see our beautiful faces.
Touch me. This is our light source, by the way. A single light bulb.
Well, I mean, we've got the beautiful lights of the Midwest Theater. We just need a little bit more to illuminate our lovely faces. I could take my hat off, but then you get the shine. Anyway, the Wolfman transforming behind us.
Yeah, I thought you said we didn't jump ahead.
I know. I just saw it, and I wanted to point out. Abbott and Costello were, just for you people who don't know, they were Universal Studios' biggest comic duo. They had hit after hit after hit.
I thought it was the Marx Bros.
No. Marx Brothers did not do financially well in Universal. It wasn't until they went over to MGM that they started doing financially well.
And Duck Soup and all that stuff?
Duck Soup was Universal. It actually did not do very well in the box office. But it's still
That's
one
my
of
favorite one.
Yeah, it's one of their best ones. But at the time, people didn't get it, didn't understand it, whatever. Maybe the war was going on. I can't remember.
Comic
Release
relief
dates and stuff.
Comic relief about a war during a war is not a good idea.
Now, some people might have needed it, but not. Drink break.
That's nice.
But yeah, Abbott and Costello, they started off, they're doing their, started off on vaudeville, doing their routines like Who's On First. And then they made it to the big screen. They had a long run of movies. We watched the collection.
Wait, we finished?
Yeah, we did finish the Universal collection, yeah.
I thought you had like 5 discs left.
No, that was the last one, was Abbott and Costello Meet the Mummy. That was the last one they made for Universal. They made a couple more for like MGM or Fox, I can't remember who. And then they had their TV show, and then they broke up after that, shortly after that.
Oh, what?
Mainly because of Abbott's health, I believe.
Which one's Abbott?
The tall one.
Oh, I was going to say, well, if how Abbott treats New in the movies, I wouldn't be surprised if they broke up.
Yeah, a lot of slapping around. You can probably see it going on behind us. Anyway, I think the animation is a good start.
Wait, we're still on the start? Oh my god.
Yeah, we're still on the start. Because it makes it feel like a family film. It's like you start with the animation. It kind of allows kids to know that they're okay to watch this movie. Because in the time, the 30s and 40s, these characters were considered scary.
I honestly don't. With Friday the 13th, FNAF, and all the other scary stuff that came out not long after. Well, FNAF came out long after, but...
Well, Friday the 13th was 1980. That was still 40 years ago. The closest thing, you still got 20 years till Psycho, and that's really your first, that's the granddaddy of slasher films. And by this time, the Universal Classic Monsters were kind of passe. They've been sequeled to death. They've already started doing the House of movies where they bring them all together, which I love. I also love this one. I'm sorry, what were you going to say?
I hate...
You hate the House movies? No. Anyway, but you love this one, right? There was a thumb. I don't know if you saw it. There was a thumb up there.
Don't move this. This is technically not my property, but I consider it my property.
Okay. Let's block in most of the light from the camera. I think this is a good film for kids. What do you think, being a kid who watched it at a young age and going up? What are your thoughts on Abbott and Costello in general?
They have their moments.
They have their moments. A lot of them, a lot of funny stuff. A lot of their early stuff is really funny. A lot of their later stuff, not quite as much like any series, really, of comedies. This one is one that I absolutely love. So Abbott and Costello, Chick and Wilbur are baggage claims at a train station. Starts off actually in London with Lawrence Talbot, that Wolfman. And it's great that they got the people who originated the Wolfman and Dracula to play those characters, and even Glenn Strange was in from he didn't become the Frankenstein monster or creature until the House of movies, but still it was really great that they were involved in the movie. I think it really feels like a sequel to the originals.
Okay.
So they get some crates, and Talbot calls Abbott Costello.
Wait, what's the actual name of him in the movie?
Who?
Talbot.
Talbert?
Yeah.
Lawrence Talbert.
Okay, so just say Lawrence.
Okay.
Called Bud.
No. Bud is
called Lou.
Chick. Lou is Wilbur.
Okay, so just say...
Do you want me to refer to him as Bud and Lou or Wilbur and Chick? Chick! Chick!
The second one, but
What took you so long?
The second one, but don't say it so loud. You might have blown out the speakers.
Maybe. Maybe I did.
Gonna have to put about negative 100 decibel for that one.
But that's the continue to say. Anyway, there's this wax museum, McDougal's House of Horrors, which you can see behind us, and they're getting in some cool exhibits. Their name was picked out of the air.
Guess what they got?
Dracula and Frankenstein's monster.
Also, traitor.
Yep, there's the lovely, our mad scientist is Sandra here, and I don't know who the actress is. Right there. Right there, actress's name.
No,
and her plan.
It wasn't right here, Pops. It was right here.
Oh.
Right up there. There. It was right up there.
Okay, there it is. Her plan is she's like convincing Wilbur that she's really in love with him. She's gonna take his brain out and put it into the Frankenstein monster. Yeah, you think that's insane to do?
Genuine psycho.
Anyway, so Bud and Chick and Wilbur, they have to go and take the crates to McDougal's House of Horrors, which is what's going on right behind us now. Because Wilbur was messing around and he's almost damaged the crates, and they've got this insurance thing for it.
Well, we saw that about 3 minutes ago.
Probably, Mr. McDougal.
Mr. McDougal.
Yeah, he's very.
And becomes a sub-main character. That did weird head movement.
So there's a lot of great. The whole House of Horrors McDougal wax shop. They're bringing the crates there. They drop them off, and they're opening the crates to prove that they're fine. And then McDougal and the insurance agent's going to come in and be like, "Okay, these are good. You guys didn't break them on their way in because they were great when they were left." But of course,
power outage.
Yeah, power outage, and so they can't see. They got a candlelight going on.
There you go.
There's our candle represented.
Which means now we actually have light. Snap fingers, lights out. This thing lights on.
Yeah. Anyway, but little do Chick and Wilbur know. Those aren't fake waxworks.
No.
No what? What am I missing?
So, Wilbur starts reading the Tale of Dracula.
That's true. McDougal already has the Tale of Dracula up there. I love the whole scene in McDougal's House of Horrors.
This scene.
Yeah, I think it's great. I think it's very well written. It's very well executed. I think it's very funny. I mean, there's a Abbott Costello movie called Hold That Ghost where they do kind of the candle gag that you're about to see here. Yeah. They're not wax dummies. They are the real Dracula and the real Frankenstein monster.
I don't know how it was legal to carry two corpses across the train.
I think Dracula used his mental powers, so they didn't look at the crate. They didn't open the crate to look at it. They inspected it and they sealed it, and then they shipped it off, and it wasn't supposed to be opened again until it got opened up. That's how packages work.
I know, but the people that seal... I'm sorry, it just feels a little sus to me.
It could be. Whatever. Dracula did some shenanigans.
Dracula's the imposter. Vote him out.
He went there. And so, but he's actually alive in the coffin. Great scene where he keeps opening and closing the coffin, and Wilbur keeps getting scared.
Yeah.
Finally, Dracula gets out. Chick comes in. Is like, look, it's empty. Like, what's going on? So they get to the Frankenstein monster. Wilbur freaks out again. About this time, McDougal's House of Horrors owner, Mr. McDougal, shows up.
Yeah, after he opened the face, dead corpse.
And I think it is great that they got Bela Lugosi to reprise his role as Dracula. I think he's great in the movie. I think he was great in Dracula. I think it's really sad that they never had him be Dracula again. But we got these two performances, the original and this one. I think he does great in it.
Okay.
And that's your agreement from a teen.
That's my. I don't give a dove. I said dove. Shove. Puv. Cove.
There he is. Dracula.
And then
Wilbur.
the
I don't say blah, blah, blah.
the.
And of course, Dracula gets Frankenstein, and they leave. And so McDougal's like, where's my dummies?
No, he says, "Where's my monsters?"
Oh, whatever he says.
He
And
knows
so
they're
he
real.
throws, and Wilbur's like, gets hypnotized by Dracula.
But he not for long, and then he goes into catatonic, and then he becomes catatonic through shock.
Yeah, because Frankenstein gets. There's a lovely moment that's going to be in a little bit here behind us where Frankenstein sees Wilbur. Frankenstein's monster, the creature, sees
Not-
Wilbur. Like that. So he's scared of Wilbur.
No spoilers. Anyways,
Yeah, we're not going to show you this scene. It's just too good to be in the background.
yeah.
So they end up in jail for like a day.
And then some dame lets them out, not the traitor.
No, not Sandra, but they think it's Sandra at the time. And they go to bed, they're going to bed, but then they're interrupted by Talbot has shown up. So I don't know if they just threw him in jail.
Lawrence.
Larry, played by Lon Chaney Jr., dropping the Jr., just Lon Chaney now. One of the
He's
things
still
he was
alive?
so... No, he's dead.
So why did he say just Lon Chaney now?
In this movie. Now he's just being billed as Lon Chaney. He's not being billed as Lon Chaney Jr. at this point in his career.
Okay.
The originator of the Wolfman, he's one of the things he was always so proud about was that he's the only one who played...
The Wolfman.
Yeah, he's the only
Ever.
one who played the Wolfman.
Ever.
Well, for the Universal Classic movies. He also played Frankenstein, Dracula, and the Mummy. And he's all like, yeah, I played all those guys, but I'm the only one who played Dracula. No, I mean Wolfman.
How long did that stick?
Until this movie. And this was the last movie featuring the classic Universal monsters. Besides, the Creature of the Black Lagoon, still included in it, but he doesn't. There's no mashup with the
and the
Creature.
Invisible Man and the Mummy.
I think there might be a Mummy movie after this. Well, having Costello meet the Invisible Man and the Mummy later.
Yeah, see, I told you. Pops.
You did.
Yeah, much I can walk out without really being uncomfortable.
I thought the whole reason for us to set up with the screen behind us is so that the movie would be playing behind us.
I know,
Okay.
and it is.
And it is.
I'm just being a nuisance to society.
Oh, don't say that. There he is, the Frankenstein monster. Glenn Strange is the Frankenstein monster.
Glenn who?
Strange?
Not Glenn Strange, it's Doctor Strange.
No, not this one.
Oh.
This one's just Glenn. He's a stuntman turned monster.
Not Glenn, not Mr., not Sorcerer, just Doctor. Dr. Stephen Strange.
MCU, we're coming back again.
Yeah, but everybody keeps referring to their movies like Endgame because it was the best one. So heavily criticized recently, the MCU has been.
Oh, well, that's fine. The
Disney
UCMC.
The UCMC.
No, the Universal Classic Monster Universe. Okay, so
No,
UCMU.
No, it's No, it's UCMMCU. wait.
How did you get that? Universal Monster Classic Monsters
Movies. Classically
Universal Universe.
No. Universal Classic Monster Movie Universe.
Okay, so UCMMU.
UCMMU.
Okay.
UCMNMU.
Go to the concession stands, buy some M&Ms. We have peanut.
No shout-outs. Especially not to a rapper.
No, I was talking about the candy.
Bar?
No, M&Ms. Peanut M&M, the little candy. They're not a bar. It's a candy. And
Hey,
are round things.
Are M&Ms a candy or a candy bar?
They're a candy. They're not in a bar.
They're a candy bar.
They're not in a bar.
They're a candy bar.
Unless you're getting one of those candy bars that puts the M&Ms in the.
And they're a candy bar.
Candy bar.
What was cereal with soup?
No, it's cereal.
It's the ocean of soup.
It could be considered a soup. Anyway, we are talking about Abbott and Costello meet Frankenstein. They're in their room. They're getting ready. Lawrence comes in, and he's all like, "I told you not to take those there."
And they're like,
"Yeah,
we don't care."
Sorry, dude. You're in London, England. We're here in Florida, America. And then he's all like, "Oh, it's going to be a full moon tonight." He has a funny line that says, when he's in London, he's like, "It's going to be a full moon here." And I'm like, so is the full moon on different nights in different parts of the world? I actually don't know that information.
A full moon can't happen 2 days in a row.
No, it
let alone
can't.
3.
No, not let alone 3. But honestly, ever since we started doing the full moon movies out at the drive-in, I've been like, that moon is like 90% full. What's going to stop, like that extra 10% is really what's going to send the person into his werewolf madness?
The extra 10%?
Yeah, because it's already like 90% full. It's just, and then it's one night that it's got the full 100%, and then it goes back to 90% down or whatever the percentage is. I'm just guesstimating. So I'm like, I could believe that a person is a werewolf for more than 1 day in a row.
I can't.
Okay. Well, in this universal world, not only does the full moon in different parts of the world happen on different nights, it can last for...
Ever.
2 nights?
3.
At least 3 nights.
Wait.
2
1,
nights.
2, 3, 4.
4? How'd you get 4?
So, the first day in London.
Yeah.
Then there is the first day he's there.
Okay.
The carnival.
Okay.
And then the castle.
Okay. That's 4 days. But I'm saying if it's the full moon is on a different day in England than it is in Florida.
But he said it's full moon there.
Yeah.
Didn't he?
He did. He said it was full moon. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It's movie logic, monster movie logic.
It doesn't have to make sense.
The moon is full.
No. It's not even out yet.
He's correct, sir. You are correct, sir.
I really want to go home.
Well, we got to get through this movie. Come on. Okay,
Next.
so where were we? Okay, so Dracula meets up with Sandra, and we get the whole plot, the evil plot. They're going to take Wilbur's head, put him in Frankenstein's body.
No.
Why?
Spoilers.
That's the whole thing is spoilers.
Too big of a spoiler.
That's too big of a spoiler. Okay, forget I said anything.
Wait, do we
I'm not editing it out. No.
Did we already say that at the beginning? What they're gonna do with?
Maybe. It doesn't matter. Anyway, there's a plan. They're going to use Wilbur to help resurrect the Frankenstein monster.
Because he's dead.
Barely alive. Dracula brings him to life with his ring, which I don't know if we've seen the ring since Dracula's daughter. It's been too long since I've watched the Dracula. That's been 2 years. Going through the Frankenstein ones now.
What does the ring do?
Well, he does it.
No.
Charges the bolts.
Okay, how?
I don't, because he's got a magic ring that contains some of his power, and he's able to electrify that into the Frankenstein creature. Anyway, a funny scene with Talbot convinces him to lock. Yes, master. Lock him up for the night, and there's some tension as Abbott's Wilbur is like, I'm gonna grab Costello. Gonna grab forgot his suitcase. Takes him in there. Can't find him. He's like, leave him alone. Wolfman's like, and he's like, and grabs an orange, puts it in his pocket, and goes out the door. And then he's like, and the Wolfman jumps at the door. He's like, did he count his oranges? I mean, honestly, how many of us count our oranges?
I do.
When we get into a hotel room that has oranges provided for us.
I do.
There you go. I've honestly never been to Florida, so maybe that's something they do in all the hotels. Maybe that's something they did in 1948.
Maybe.
I'm thinking that's what 75 years ago was.
Possibly, who knows?
Anyway, so Wilbur, they get out of jail. The next day, they wake up. They find out that Sandra did not bail them out. It was actually this Joan Redford, who's this insurance claims investigator, who's also not in love with Wilbur, but pretends to be for comedy and insurance sake. Yep.
You weren't supposed to hear that.
I didn't. I was just going, yeah, whatever. I was just agreeing with whatever he said. Hopefully it wasn't bad about me.
He doesn't smell great. I'm joking. I'm joking. You smell fine.
Thanks. I love Lawrence. I love Lon Chaney. If I hadn't said that as Lawrence Talbot.
No.
Talbot. I'll get into that more when I get to the Wolfman part of the Universal Classic series. But he plays this the right note. Serious the whole time. Maybe a little melodramatic. But
it is technically not a melodrama.
Technically, no. It's a horror comedy. Isn't
melodrama.
Horror? There's scary stuff happening.
No.
Wolfman. Stop trying to bite me. Stop shaking the table.
That was your fault for pushing me back.
And it all comes down to this big masquerade party that's going to happen that night. And Sandra convinces Wilbur that she'll go with him, but he's already... Right, no, Wilbur's already taking Sandra to the masquerade party. Then Joan Redford comes in and is all like, ooh, hey, Wilbur. And he's all like, and Chick is like really jealous about this. And
then he makes a joke.
What's the joke?
All right, so they say that everything good comes in threes. So
okay.
Say a third woman comes into your life.
Okay. What's the lady's name?
Mary.
Okay, Mary's come. Mm-hmm. Is she pretty?
Beautiful. And she's also madly in love with you. Now, because
naturally.
Yeah. No, because I'm such a good friend to you, mm-hmm. I will take one of them away.
Okay. Either Sandra, Jane, or Mary.
Yeah.
Okay, that's so nice of you to do that.
Yeah, of course. You're my pal.
Yeah, it's so good of you to do that. You can have Mary. So they all go and they meet. First, they got to go pick up Sandra at the big castle. She's got this huge castle on an island.
I know. Oh, it's not hers. It's actually Dracula's.
Oh, is it?
They said it. The dude said, when the one dude called and Wilbur picked up the phone, when that guy called and Wilbur picked up the phone, he said, "You're in Dracula's castle or something."
Oh.
And then Wilbur immediately ignored the phone and ran.
Yeah. It's like Dracula and Frankenstein's monster are in the castle. And he's like,
huh? No, it's like, huh? Okay. Wilbur, are you there? Are you there, Wilbur? Are you there? Are you there? Wilbur.
He's running that way, as far away as he can.
Before he has to go to the basement.
During this period, Sandra takes Joan upstairs to powder her nose while she gets dressed in her costume. Because I think the plan was to just Wilbur was going to show up by himself and we were just going to take him in and do the whole operation. So they go up to the bedroom. And this is where Sandra discovers that she has Frankenstein's notes on life and death.
Which Frankenstein?
Dr. Frankenstein. Henry Frankenstein.
The one that he used to make Dr. Frankenstein, Dr. Henry Frankenstein's monster?
Yes. The original
prop, though.
No, it was a brand new prop. He never had a book like that. I guarantee it. Sorry, I'm having lighting issues here.
Yeah, I can tell.
I'm having co-host issues here.
Yeah, I can tell.
I think he took some Invisible Man serum.
Well, I'm right next to you. What, I'm gonna pull you a little bit closer to me. Now push you a bit away. You see, I'm still here.
Anyway, masquerade party. There's fun things, a lot of good jokes. Like Talbert's like, and pretty soon when the moon gets full, I'll turn into a wolf. Wilbur's like, you and 20 other million guys. And in the masquerade ball, they get changed into their costumes. Chick is got a wolf costume. He's got his black shirt and pants on. Happens to be the same type of shirt and pants that Talbert has on. And he's got a wolf mask.
Talbert tells him not to wear the mask because, duh.
Yeah, Talbert says, don't wear that mask. You don't want to be a wolf. I lost my co-host.
I'm still right next to you.
I don't believe you. Wait, try saying that again.
I'm still right next to you?
Yeah, the volume went away, so I can't see. If you're even being picked up by the mic anymore, you're so invisible. And what were we talking about?
I don't know. I think we were on to the costume ball. The Wolfman told the guy wearing the wolf mask not to put on the wolf mask for obvious reasons.
Yeah, I told Chick don't put on the wolf mask. It was just too reminiscent of what happens to him.
We forgot something.
What did I forget?
Well, we forgot that Sandra, the traitor, was bitten by Dracula.
Oh yeah, we did. So basically, what happens? As Dracula comes down, he's like she finds that Joan is an insurance person, so she's all like, no, we're gonna break the deal. I'm not doing this. The stakes are too high. And Dracula's like, don't you talk to me about stakes. Okay, that doesn't happen. But
dude, look at me when you're talking to me.
Okay, that doesn't really happen. I was talking to them. I wasn't talking to you.
Yeah, but you were looking diagonally away from both the camera and me.
I can't look at the wall all of a sudden.
No.
You've got really short too, and your invisibility is.
I'm not short. I'm like 5'9".
5'9" and 27 quarters.
No, that would make me 6 foot something.
Anyway, all right, I got an itchy eye. Hold on. You go ahead and talk. I'll kind of scratch my eye.
Alrighty. Well, because Sandra is bitten when she takes Wilbur out for some peace and alone time, she tries to hypnotize him. Look into my eyes, Pops. Look deep into my eyes. Yeah, right there.
I can't.
Right there. Deeper.
I can
Deeper.
only. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to just whack you in the face.
Deeper.
I can only see into the wall. That's
Ow.
all I'm seeing is the.
Ow!
Anyway, during the hypnotizing scene, there is
That in her eyes.
Yeah, in that part. But when Dracula bites Sandra, there is a flub, quote-unquote flub, where you can see Dracula's image in the mirror behind her.
Wait a minute.
Right?
Are vampires invisible to mirrors?
We're not supposed to be able to see the vampire in the mirror. That's why they call it a flub. Here's what I say. I say Sandra knew that she was dealing with Dracula. So what she did was she got herself an enchanted mirror that could show vampires, so that way Dracula wouldn't be sneaking up behind her when she was putting her makeup on or reading her journal or whatever she did there in that place. And that's why she could look in the mirror and see Dracula. It's like I can look in the camera and I can see you.
You can't see me. I'm invisible.
And that's my fan theory to explain that flub. Check it out. There's precedents. I don't know if there's actually precedents. I don't know.
What is precedent?
I mean, that has happened before, that there's proof of it being recorded.
Okay. Pops?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think witches exist in the UCMMU.
I think that they do. Fortune tellers do, anyway. Know that for sure.
Yeah, but not witches that can enchant mirrors.
Well, if vampires and wolfmen and all kinds of invisible men can exist, then why not? It's not a crazy theory. Come on. Stick with me. So they go to the park. What happens? Full moon. They go looking for chick. No, they can't. They looking for Sandra. Sandra goes missing. Dracula shows up at the party with Sandra. Joan. I keep calling Joan.
Missing. Joan goes missing.
Keep calling Joan Sandra. Joan goes missing. We didn't even talk about the dreamy, good-looking doctor.
Who?
Dr. Stevens. Oh, no, Professor Stevens. He's not a doctor. He's a professor. Professor Stevens. He's all like cool-looking and suave. Once he pops up here, there's old Talbot giving. Here's the scene the Invisible Man was talking about right before he disappeared.
Yeah, I ran off like that. When I came back, I was invisible.
Yeah. So they go looking for Joan. They don't find Joan. No, they do find Joan. But while that's happening, the full moon appears again and shines down on Talbot. And he's all like, actually, he faints and he grabs a log. And then he transforms. And then Wilbur thinks it's Chick. So he's all like, take that mask off. If he had known he was a real wolfman, wouldn't have been doing that. Right?
Yes. I'm sorry, I just got back. What?
Anyway, so there's a fun bit where Wilbur is like, the Wolfman keeps trying to get to Wilbur, but he says they're in a big Florida swampy area, so there's a lot of undergrowth and stuff, and so he's like trying to grab and get him, and he can't quite get him.
Then something else happened.
Oh yeah, what happens?
He runs once he realizes that it's the Wolfman. Runs into not only an injured person who is attacked by a wolf or a man in a wolf mask, his bud who has a wolf mask, and then they both get chased by an angry mob.
Yeah, so basically McDougal gets bitten in the neck by the Wolfman. And he's all like, he's the one who threatened me, and some other guy's like, oh yeah, I saw, he said he was gonna get him. And then Wilbur comes up and he's all like, Chick, what are you doing? Scared, trying to take a bite out of me. What was wrong with you, huh? And he's all like, what are you doing? What are you talking about? They incriminate each other, and they're like, he was in all it. Hey, don't let the short one fool you. I can see your hand.
Yeah, you can't.
Weird. It came out through the camera, just your fingers. Anyway. So they think that Wilbur ends up running to the boat where he sees Sandra and Joan hypnotized on the boat. Next thing he knows, Dracula turns into a bat.
No, that was before the bat chased him onto the boat.
The bat chases him onto the boat. And then the bat goes and attacks Chick.
No, it doesn't attack.
Gets in Chick's hair.
It doesn't attack Chick. It just makes him catatonic again.
No, Chick. He flies towards Wilbur, then he flies towards Chick, and Chick's like, well, get away from me. Like that. And then he goes and he turns back into Dracula, Bela Lugosi, and he's like, Chick, you will fall asleep. And Chick's like, no, you're right. Wilbur, you will fall asleep. And he goes,
Willy boy. Oh, hey, look, it's
and
Junior.
then Junior is what he refers to the Frankenstein creature, Frankie C. That's a good scene there. He's all like thinking there, and was in the special features. Glenn Strange reports that he had a really hard time not laughing during that scene, and seeing it on the big screen, you could really kind of tell. Maybe on the small screen, you can really tell Glenn Strange struggling not to be laughing during some of those takes. Next day. Lawrence is fine. Chick is fine. They're still being hunted by a mob because McDougal, now he's got a wrap around his neck. They're like, oh, we got to go save Wilbur. But Lawrence is like, no, he can't. Did you leave? Lawrence is like, oh, I can't. Dracula sleeps during the day. We'll be fine. So they go back to the next night. Wilbur's there. He's locked up in one of those stocks. Tries to get Saunders' attention, then tries to get Junior's attention, and then Dracula wakes up, and they're going to go do the operation. Thank you for coming back and joining me. Can you go turn visible and come back for the end of the movie?
What? Turn visible?
Yeah.
And it's just a second after we do something.
Okay.
Just keep talking.
All right. So anyway, it's a big operation scene. Chick and Lawrence save Wilbur. They go down, but then they're like, oh, wait, Sandra's upstairs in the bedroom. Oh, let's go get Sandra. And so they leave Wilbur there. Fortunately, Wilbur's supposed to untie the boat or get the boat ready. Dracula's doing double jointed. That's what I think about every time he does that, is the Ed Wood movie. Double jointed.
But I'm trying to get uninvisible still.
Okay, you keep at it.
Yeah, that's definitely what I'm doing.
Okay, not goofing around. Good. So there's an operation scene. Lawrence goes up. He's going to undo Wilbur, who's tied down to a mat, and of course he's about to do it. And he turns into the Wolf Man.
Wait, you forgot a scene.
What scene did I forget?
In the dungeon, the chick dropped the rock on Wilbur's hands.
Oh yeah, he takes a rock. He picks up. He's trying to knock the lock off of the stocks, and he's all like, "Oh, it's not working. I'm going to put the hand on it." He puts the rock down on top of the stock, right on Wilbur's hand. He's all like, just like, well, what's the matter? Oh, okay, sorry. I gotta say, in this movie, there still is some slapping around, but I feel like Abbott is not as violent with Costello as he is in some of their movies.
Yeah, I agree.
I will say that.
I'm trying to get myself on that.
Okay.
I think I now should be visible to the camera, but not to you.
That's a strange thing to have happened.
Yeah, no, science is weird.
Science is weird.
I know. I'm gonna get this.
Oh wait, I saw you.
Yeah, I'm right here. Wait, no.
Oh hey, how's it going?
Yeah, no, I'm not there yet. I have to get some stuff done.
We're having fun, are we?
Not fun science.
Science is fun. Especially mad science where we're making bodies that are transferring brain. And I mean, so this is this Igor's brain? just pause here. We're going to talk about the Legacy collection, Frankenstein, because really is, I believe, I treat it as a sequel to all the other ones. So I think at this point, Igor's brain has been transferred into the Frankenstein monster. And so that's the brain, even though Dracula is still convinced, for whatever reason, that it is the original brain that they put in there. That Wolf was so insistent was horrible, and that if they had done it right, wrong. Are you on stage?
Yeah.
He's in the movie, folks. But bright color. Just be careful up there.
I will be.
So it's a big climactic fight. Dracula and Wolfman, they start duking it out and going after each other. Chick gets Wilbur loose, but Frankenstein, in the process, electrodes go off. Frankenstein gets loose, and they're chasing him around the castle. They do the Scooby-Doo gag, that's probably where Scooby-Doo got it from, honestly, where they go into a room, and they're like, "Oh, barricade the room! You won't get in, and barricade the door." And they stand right there, and of course the door opens the other way, so he could. That good old gag. If what?
Pixels.
Oh, there's tiny holes in the screen to help give it a little better reflectivity.
Pixels.
Okay. And then the whole time they're chasing around. Dracula, they go into a room, and then all of a sudden Dracula and Wolfman. I love that Dracula grabs a potted plant and throws it at Frankenstein's head. Here is the mirror, the magic mirror that shows you a vampire's reflection. Ooh, look at those eyes. Look deep into my eyes. Yeah, Dracula throws a potted plant at Wolfman. I find that hilarious. And then he's got a chair at one point, like a lion tamer, being like, "Oh, no, back." And then that ends with, oh, hey, how's it going?
Can you see me?
Yeah, I can see you.
Okay. And I'm still visible on camera. What?
I was waiting for you to put your drink down, but... and so Sandra tries to control the monster. The monster picks her up, throws her out the window. I believe
She dead.
Glenn Strain. Yeah, there's like huge cliffs around the castle. This part, you fall down into the water, you go out to the ocean. It's an
Cool.
instant death scene.
Then they run out of the castle.
Then Wolfman finally, Dracula's like, okay, I can't deal with this anymore. Sandra's dead. The monster's roaming around. I'm going to turn into a bat and get out of here, right?
Ba, 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 ba.
But Wolfman's not taking it. He's going to run. He grabs him and jumps through a window or off a balcony or something. And they go down into the water, and that's the last we see of Dracula and the Wolfman.
Do a scared impression.
Which impression am I doing?
Scared. Thumbnail right there.
Okay. That's what you wanted to have in the back?
It's fine.
You could have said, do thumbnail scared thing. I would have understood that. I was doing it so you could see the screen. It don't matter. And we know that Dracula's gone because Sandra snaps out of... Ow, dude.
Sorry.
Sandra snaps out of her trance. And her... Huh?
Jane.
Did I say Sandra again? Sandra's dead. So Jane, apparently I like Sandra. Sandy. A lot better than I do Jane. Jane's great. I think Jane's fine. And she and Professor Stevens are going to go off and have a wonderful life together. They get in a boat.
You ship them?
And leave, I guess.
Are you going to say something?
I'm going to say you look more energetic when you were invisible.
I could do that for you.
Okay, so but McDougal and the insurance guy, they show up at the same time. They get up and they go on their thing. And Frankenstein's monster chases Abbott Costello out of the castle, and they run to the dock, and they're like, hey, you still looking for your exhibits? It's like, of course I'm still looking for my exhibits. I'm constantly upset and angry at everything in the world.
Oh, there's one now. Wait.
Well, they're not going to show it because this is the dance scene.
No, I mean Dracula. He should be in this scene, right?
Well, he's dancing with Joan at this point. This is the part where Sandra tries to hypnotize.
Yeah. Well,
Wilbur.
there's one now.
And so they run. They dive into the boat, and they try to get away. And
No, they dive into the river.
Oh, well, yeah. McDougal and the insurance guy, they jump into the water because he's walking down the dock. And then they go, Wilbur and Chick jump into the boat and and he's rowing away. Chick's rowing away, and Wilbur's like...
Untie the boat.
Yeah, and he says untie the boat 20 times, and Wilbur keeps doing the thing. It's still attached to the dock. The monster comes all the way to the end of the thing, picks up the creature. He picks up barrels and boxes and throws it at him.
Then...
Professor Stevens gets a smart idea.
With gasoline, oil, kerosene, and a little bit of gunpowder.
And he throws it pours it all onto the docks, sets the dock on fire. I think at this point they get the boat untied and they row away. So either he ran out of barrels or he just lost interest because they got too far away for him to throw things at him. And he
burns alive.
Yeah, he burns alive. He walks into the fire, even though he spent a lot of time. Fire, bad. This time he's like, into the fire. And he's
still brain
dead. And he falls down into the water.
Which means we're going to have a Jason situation.
Where he's down there. Well, I mean... They're like, well, that's the end of the monster. But it's like it's a dock, so it's like probably only like 3 or 4 feet. He's like, I'm on fire, but now I'm in water that's only 3 feet deep. And I'm 7 feet tall.
He was completely submerged.
He was completely submerged. So, I mean, there were cliffs around there and stuff. Anything, he falls down. So he's going off into the ocean. Everybody's going off into the ocean. Last we see of our Universal Classic monsters.
They don't deserve that.
They do deserve that because they are awesome.
They don't deserve that. No, wait, keep it like this time.
Abbott Costello, Chicken Lou, they're on the boat and they're like, well, that's finally over. We don't have to deal with those monsters anymore, right?
Oh, really? I was hoping I could get some time with you.
And they're like, who's that? And then you see a cigarette, and a match lights up, goes up to the cigarette all by itself, just like you saw earlier with this guy turning invisible.
I'm the Invisible Man.
It's the Invisible Man. Little cameo.
Pops.
What?
I didn't say that.
What?
I don't know if something's there or not because it's invisible.
Anyway. Voiced by Vincent Price, who did play the Invisible Man, I think, in the second or the third. I can't remember which Invisible Man movie it is right now. It's been a while since we watched those. I think it was the second one, Revenge of the Invisible Man. No, that's the other guy. That's the one, Return of the Invisible Man.
Wasn't there a newer Invisible Man where like his clothes became invisible too, so he didn't have to be nude?
Yes, that was the
less creepy one.
Less creepy one, yeah.
Imagine the Invisible Woman, though.
I don't have to. I've watched that movie, and we'll watch it one of these years. Not doing as well getting through these as I had originally hoped. Anyway, now that's the end of the movie. I think, did they jump out of the boat and swim away?
I don't know.
I think so.
Hey, Pops.
Yeah.
Record them during the summer. Release them during this month.
Yeah, I could do that. But then that takes away the fun I have watching the Universal Classic Monster movies during October Halloween weekend.
Well, you can still watch some, but if you want to get them out, the videos out.
Yeah. I could stop showing horror movies at the drive-in. That'll help me out.
Stop or start?
Stop.
Stop?
Stop.
Huh?
We're showing 2 this Halloween season. The Skyview Drive-In.
FNAF?
Scottsbluff. No, we're not showing FNAF. We're showing Friday the 13th original 1980 version, uncut version, and the Halloween 45th anniversary. But we're talking about Abbott Costello. How was it?
The original slashers, that's not the grandpappy of slashers. The 2 movies that you're showing.
Yeah. How was it? You okay? Invisible Man slipped some ice in your drink?
No, there's still ice in here.
How was it watching Abbott Costello on the big screen?
Meh.
Okay. For me, it was meh for you?
Yeah,
well,
it
you
was-
watched it up on the balcony.
Yeah.
I watched it little lower than mid way because I really wanted it to be a big screen experience for me. Because honestly, if I'm sitting at the back of the theater, I might as well be looking at a 55-inch screen.
Pops,
Yeah.
that is big screen for me.
Well, yeah, it's still big screen, but I want it to be big screen, big like Frankenstein.
IMAX back row big.
Yeah, kind of like that.
We weren't even in the back row, and that thing's massive.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. Speaking of which, can you check the IMAX listings?
Not right now. Right now, I want to wrap up this movie before this movie wraps up.
Well then, this has been whatever. His
No,
name
we're
is.
not. That's not how we wrap up the movie. I really enjoyed. I thought it was great. I noticed a lot of stuff. I thought a lot of the jokes still hit, even though we watch it every year.
Yeah, it was nice.
Yeah, it was a little different, and of course, beautiful Midwest theater.
I've seen worse.
I just don't want to talk while you're doing that because it's not fun for me.
Well, I'm gonna endlessly do it, so you better start talking.
Can you give a better review about this movie?
Better how? It's better as in I didn't.
Has
I'm
in
not
any words that what did you think of this movie?
I think it's a great movie for any age. Really. I think it's a timeless classic. Some jokes still hit, like you said. And I guess it was better on the big screen. I am very, very, very impatient.
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 Unbustle. So I guess that wraps it up. I don't remember if I have a rating system for the Universal Classic movies. But this is the top one. This, for me, is...
10.99999 out of 10.
Okay. You can't get better than that.
You can.
And that's it. I think we're at the end of the movie. We're at the end of the review. Well, not quite at the end of the movie, but we're at the end of the review. And I want to thank everybody for watching with us. If you happen to watch this before October 21st, 2023, and are in the Nebraska Panhandle, I would really appreciate it if you came and joined watching this movie with us.
All right, now I have a cool idea for how we'll wrap this up. So you say your outro.
This has been the KBVC. I can't remember what my outro is for this. It's Frankenstein Wave. Bye. Bye. Bye.
Okay, bud. Now, move out of the way.
Hold on. I'll do it this way. Okay, and this is how I ended it. Frankenstein. Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. And watch as we zoom into the screen for you.
He's growing weaker. Will he respond to the operation?
If the generators are kept going.
Then we must start immediately. I'll get rid of Stevens, and you take care of him.
Sandra, what are you going to do?
Don't worry. I'm not going to hurt you.
Thank you.
Soon, instead of being short and chubby, you'll be big and tall and as strong as an ox. And furthermore, you'll live forever and never grow old.
Oh, Sandra, you still love me. But Sandra, how are you going to do all these things?
By simple operation. I shall remove your brain and put it in his body.
You're going to take my brain and put it in Junior's body?
Yes.
Ha ha! For a minute, I didn't know how you were going to do it.